Greetings, brothers and sisters. The money is beginning to fail. Let's just watch this news update.
Bank of America customers took to social media after learning that their accounts were in the red.
Tia Ewing is in Studio 32 with details on what's being called a glitch, Tia?
That is true, Natalie and Anthony. That's what Bank of America is calling it, but several of their customers are seeing red, upset over how the bank is handling this situation. Starting early this morning, customers reported money missing from their accounts. Funds from Zelle transactions and deposits simply vanished. When customers tried to reach customer service, the call could not be completed as agents were overwhelmed with calls. Bank of America put this warning on its mobile app, saying Zelle transactions made between January 14th and January 17th may be delayed in occurring and posting to accounts as requested. Transfers will be completed and will appear in your account activity and balances as soon as possible. Customers with questions also reached out to Zelle, and the company said the issue was with Bank of America, tweeting the Zelle app and network are up and running as one of our partner banks. Bank of America is in full control of the Zelle feature in their app. We do not have access to the profiles, payments, or records of those associated with them. I got off the phone with a customer with Bank of America not too long ago, and this is what she says happened to her.
My account was in a negative $2,689. They stated to me that they would not be able to put money back in my account until they could resolve this issue. I said, when would I be able to come into the branch? They told me that the first available appointment would be February 14th at 11 a.m. Now,
obviously, we had a lot of questions for Bank of America, but they're remaining pretty tight-lipped about this situation. This is what they told us. They said the issue has actually been resolved and the deposits and transfers are starting to reappear in customers' accounts.
So they are calling it a glitch. A glitch? I don't think it's a glitch. Something similar happened during the days of Joseph. So, but the difference between Joseph's incidents that we are about to read now and what happened yesterday to Bank of America, I think they are similar. The difference is that the Bible says during Joseph's time, it was because of a severe famine. In Joseph's time, it was caused by a severe famine. But in our times today, it's going to be caused by the system. So hear this verse, Genesis chapter 47, verse 15. It says, "Now when the money failed in the land of Canaan and Egypt, all the Egyptians came to see Joseph, and they said to him, 'Give us bread. Why should we die in your presence? Because the money has failed.'" The Bible says the money has failed during the time of Joseph because of a severe famine. In our days, the money is still going to fail, still because of a severe famine. But our famine is not going to be caused by natural catastrophes. I need you to know that. Our famine is going to be caused by the system. I need you to know that there are people who are in control of the system, and they are the ones who decide when do we have a collapse of the financial systems. I need you to know that what happened in 2008, it was not just a mishap. We didn't just wake up and say, oh, we are having a collapse. That collapse was forced, or it was created by someone. So here we're having a glitch in this bank. This is the first of many. So we need to prepare. We need to know that one day we will wake up and our monies will be gone. Our monies will be worth nothing. So this is the situation here. The Bible says when the money failed, people went to Joseph and they said, "Say, the money has failed." And Joseph said to them, "Give us your land and your livestock, and we will give you bread for your livestock and for your land." So they did that the whole year. They continued to give Joseph their livestock. I mean, how do you give someone your livestock because of bread? Anyway, so they did that, and they continued to do that until the second year when they had ran out of stock. So what was happening is that for the whole year, these people depended on Joseph. I need you to know that the system is creating a dependency on it. They want us to depend on the system. Even now, we do depend on the system. If we need to buy bread, we need to go to a supermarket. So we have forsaken the old ways of doing things. We used to bake our own bread. we used to grow our own food, especially here in Africa. I mean, I'm a village boy. We used to grow our own corn. Everything used to be grown, and we did not depend entirely on the system. Even if there was a collapse, we could still function because we used to know how to grow our own food. So, but now everything, even for milk, I mean, I grew up in places where we used to milk cows. People don't even know. When you ask this new generation, where does milk come from? They've never seen someone milking a cow. So we are fully dependent already in the system, which I think we really need to reassess our dependency on the system, because look at what is happening now. So they don't have land anymore, so they don't have livestock anymore, and they go to Joseph, and then now they say, because they don't have livestock and they don't have land, and they say, Joseph, please buy us and let us be slaves of Pharaoh. And the Bible says, and Joseph bought them, and they became slaves of Pharaoh. And the Bible says, and Joseph moved them into cities from one border to another in Egypt. So you see, he buys them and he moves them into cities. So that is what is going to happen now. I mean, that is what is being asked of us now. We know that we have been asked to move into cities. We have been asked to move into places that can be controlled by the system, where they can be able to monitor us. If you are somewhere in the outskirts, they are calling us into cities now. So Joseph did the same. He moved people in a place where he can be able to control them. So by then, Joseph just did that. The difference between us and the people of Joseph is that us, when we are moved into those cities, we are moved there, but our minds are going to be controlled because of the technologies that are going to be put into place in those cities. Remember what happened last year in the United Kingdom? They created a smart city. So they were running a trial, and they told people, go there and the land will be cheap. So that city, the 15-minute city, where everything is 15 minutes away from you. I mean, listen to this.
Just a short trip away. A 15-minute city is one where everyone has a place.
A 15-minute city has affordable, accessible, and adaptable housing for households of all sizes and ages.
A 15-minute city means that you can work close to home or work remotely more often.
And we all play a role in our neighborhood.
What if we don't go back to life as it was? What if we already have the power to change how we live? Together, we can reimagine and create the future we want. One that is cleaner, safer, healthier, and more inclusive, and gives us back valuable time to enjoy the little things.
So those cities are going to begin to be common. 15-minute cities, they are going to be common. If you want to go out, you have to clock out. If you come in, you clock in. Everything is recorded. So these cities that we are going to be moved into, they are going to affect our freedom. They are going to affect our privacy. They are going to affect our minds, because of the technologies that are going to be set up in there. Because remember, like I said in my previous video, that these people are after our DNAs. Because moving into those cities is going to come along with proposals for them to have access to our DNA. I mean, now this week, we are watching the World Economic Forum, and they are talking about the transparency of the brain. So those are the kind of cities that we are going to be moved into. Cities that are going to take away our freedoms, our privacy. They have access to your mind. They have access to your DNA. So that is what is currently happening. So, but if you want to learn more on why they want to have access to our DNA and to our minds, kindly click on the video that appears on your screen now, our Nephilim, the return of the biblical giants, and learn why these people want to have access to your DNA. Shalom, shalom, shalom.